Nestled high in the Himalayas, the quaint hill station of Whispering Pines was known for its breathtaking vistas, serene lakes, and dense pine forests. Tourists flocked to the town every summer, seeking respite from the blistering heat of the plains. But beneath its tranquil exterior, Whispering Pines harbored a dark secret, a legend that the locals spoke of only in hushed tones. The story began decades ago with the mysterious disappearance of a renowned archaeologist, Dr. Arjun Mehra. Dr. Mehra had come to Whispering Pines to investigate ancient ruins hidden deep within the forest. He was determined to uncover the secrets of a lost civilization that was said to have vanished without a trace. Accompanied by his wife, Priya, he set up camp near the ruins, eager to begin his exploration. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon and the forest was bathed in twilight, Dr. Mehra ventured deeper into the ruins. Priya stayed behind, tending to the campfire. Hours passed, and Dr. Mehra did not return. Worried, Priya set out to find him, but what she discovered was a sight that would haunt her for the rest of her life. At the heart of the ruins stood an ancient stone altar, and on it lay Dr. Mehra, his body twisted in unnatural angles, his face frozen in a grotesque expression of terror. Carved into the stone around him were cryptic symbols that seemed to pulse with a dark energy. Priya screamed, her cries echoing through the forest, but there was no one to hear her. She fled back to the town, her mind shattered by what she had witnessed. The townspeople, hearing her tale, were gripped by fear. They believed that Dr. Mehra had awakened a malevolent spirit that had been trapped in the ruins for centuries. From that day on, no one dared to venture near the ancient site. The forest around it became known as the Cursed Woods, and the story of Dr. Mehra's demise was passed down through generations. Years later, a group of friends from Delhi, seeking adventure, decided to spend their summer vacation in Whispering Pines. Rohan, Aisha, Vikram, and Meera were thrill seekers, always looking for the next adrenaline rush. When they heard the legend of the Cursed Woods, they were intrigued rather than frightened. One evening, after a day of hiking and sightseeing, Rohan suggested they visit the ruins. Despite the locals' warnings, the group set off, armed with flashlights and a sense of bravado. As they entered the forest, an eerie silence enveloped them. The tall pines seemed to whisper secrets, their branches swaying in the wind. After what felt like hours of trekking through the dense woods, they finally reached the ruins. The air grew cold, and a sense of unease settled over them. The ancient stone altar loomed ahead, covered in moss and vines. The cryptic symbols were still visible, and a faint, dark energy seemed to emanate from them. As they approached the altar, Vikram noticed something strange. "Look at these carvings," he said, running his fingers over the symbols. "They look like some kind of ancient script." Aisha, who had studied archaeology in college, stepped closer. "This is similar to Sanskrit, but it's different. I've never seen anything like this." Meera shivered. "Let's get out of here. This place gives me the creeps." But Rohan was determined to uncover the truth. "Just a few more minutes. We came all this way, we can't leave now." Suddenly, a gust of wind blew through the ruins, extinguishing their flashlights. Darkness swallowed them, and the temperature plummeted. They huddled together, fear gripping their hearts. From the shadows, a figure emerged. It was Dr. Mehra, his eyes hollow and his body twisted, just as Priya had described. He moved towards them, his movements jerky and unnatural. "You shouldn't have come here," he rasped, his voice echoing in the stillness. "The spirit is angry. It wants more souls." Panic set in, and the friends tried to run, but their legs felt like lead. The air grew thick, making it hard to breathe. Dr. Mehra's figure dissolved into the darkness, and in his place stood a spectral entity, its eyes glowing with a malevolent light. It let out a bone-chilling wail, and the ruins seemed to come alive, the symbols pulsating with an unholy energy. One by one, the friends were ensnared by the spirit's grip. Rohan's bravado melted into terror as he felt his life force being drained away. Aisha screamed as cold hands clawed at her, pulling her towards the altar. Vikram tried to fight, but his strength waned, and Meera's cries for help echoed into the void. The next morning, the townspeople found their bodies near the ruins, their faces frozen in the same expression of terror that had marked Dr. Mehra's demise. The legend of the Cursed Woods grew stronger, and Whispering Pines became a place shrouded in mystery and fear. To this day, the ruins remain untouched, and the whispers of the pines carry the warning. Stay away from the cursed woods, for the spirit still hungers for souls, and those who dare to disturb its slumber will join the ranks of the haunted.